All right. So I had planned on coming on and talking and catching up and sharing what for me is monumental news. And I know this is going to be good news, great news, big news for a lot of people as well. I planned on coming to talk to you guys at like noon, honestly. But then I was still like putting some final tweaks and like some final things into play before I wanted to share. And I'm not gonna hold y'all because it's almost time for me to talk to Willow and catch up with her. So I wanna make sure that I get my walk in. Yeah, this is my first time outside today. So the air is brisk and it feels great. It's peaceful and it's calm. So I'm excited. I can do a backflip right now. So I want to share with you all what I've been working on for the past couple of months. And I know it sounds cliche. It sounds like I'm creating something that maybe is not actually life-changing, but I promise you it is. I promise you what this is, what this vision is, what this reality looks like, and what it is we are creating is life-changing. I can promise you that. And as it continues to grow, you can watch us from the outside or you can watch us from the inside and be a part of it. So I'm creating what I call the Warriors Plan. I can tell you a couple of months ago, I just had this urge and this mission to share what my journeys look like, what some of the struggles I've gone through, what some of the triumphs that I've been able to experience, and what happiness and health has looked like for me over the years. And that urge was to create that so that I can help support the next person who is trying to figure out, where their life is going, where they can find peace and happiness, joy, prosperity, health, wellness, and profits. So over the years, if you know much about my story, I'm not even going to go into all of that. I'm a physical therapy doctor for 16 years. I'm a health and wellness coach, a Tai Chi instructor, an educator, a researcher. I have been able to explore music and have won Emmys with singing and songwriting, and I'm an actor and a director and all these things. And people are always asking me, like, how do you keep it all together? How do you do all of those things? And usually my answer is, this is my passion. But what I started to think about was people are asking me this because they have a vision, a passion, a dream that maybe they haven't said out loud, but it's real for them and they want to know how they can bring that to life. So that's what the Warriors Plan is about. The Warriors Plan is my mission to help people elevate their inner peace and their profits, bringing their dreams to life in a way that doesn't look like their world's crashing down. So I talked a few days ago, yesterday, feels like I talked yesterday about how after 20 years, one of my dreams had really come to fruition, and I had to take a moment to reflect on that. And that is why the Warriors Plan exists. It exists for me because it is something that I know that I can give to the world and I can serve and help people, but it's a gift to you, and it's a gift to anyone who has a dream or a mission, whether it be in a space that they've never ever found themselves in, being trained or worked with or had any experience in, or if it's a space where they have knowledge, they have expertise and experience, but they need to grow. They need to find more for themselves in that space, and they don't know what to do with that. So that's what the Warriors Plan. It is literally a plan for a warrior to create the garden where their peace and their profits live. Someone who's willing to fight for their dreams, someone who's willing to explore and learn and grow alongside other warriors and other people who are fighting for their dreams, especially in the world we live in right now. Like, when I talk about the why, because everything that's been there to help us succeed as a society and as individuals is being stripped away. The safety nets, the support systems, the security, all those things are being stripped away from us on a daily basis, and we know it. I'm not even going to get into the reality of what that looks like for us because I know we can all feel it. It sits on all of our shoulders. So I'm going to take a few more moments and introduce you all to the Warriors Plan, because you know why. You know why I'm doing this. You know why you need to be a part of this. But now let me tell you what it is. The Warriors Plan started off as a book. It was a book that just over a couple of weeks just feverishly came out. I was like, all right, this has to happen right now. And so I just took some days and a couple of weeks to write it and tweak it and really bring it to life. It has been a beautiful experience to put the journey and the stepping stones down on paper. That's what the Warriors Plan is. It is literally a step-by-step guide to live a more fulfilling and successful life. And the beauty of it is a personal guide. It is personalized in a way that when you finish that work, you will have a clarity about yourself, about your mission, about your motivations, and about where you're going and how to get there that is unmatched. I'm telling you that it's like having 20 years of experience, trial and error, and mistakes and triumphs all wrapped up into these, 50 pages? And a lot of the pages are blank because you have to put the pieces together. So the Warriors Plan is a book. It is a book. I've been talking about it for a couple of weeks now. It is, I love it and I'm so proud of it. And those who I've had take the book, have their hands on it, have worked on it, have worked through it, they're just as excited and they see the vision. So the Warriors Plan is a book. But I thought to myself, well, I mean, there's a book, but wouldn't it be better if there was a bit more of a guide and some understanding of how to really bring this to life? So I created a course. It's a mini course. And then I thought, well, what about a space and a place where people can come together and go on that journey together? And that's what the Warriors Plan is. The Warriors Plan has grown from a book to a course to an actual community. Now, the Warriors Plan is an experience. This experience encompasses 3 things. These are the 3 C's that you're going to hear me talk about when I talk about the Warriors Plan and what this is. The 3 C's are the community. That means other people who are on their own grind and drive to find peace and joy and happiness and health and some profits along the way if that's important to them. But how do we take better care of ourselves and show up with the gifts that God gave us? That's a community that's really focused on that. It's not on Facebook. It's not on Instagram. This is a school community, SKOOL, and it's tailored and focused to what it looks like to surround yourself with those people. So there's a community that is focused on seeing you win and seeing you thrive. And it has been so dope to start building that out and to start having conversations and experiences and resources and all kind of stuff in there. So it's fun. Then there is the classroom. The classroom is where the courses exist. People have been asking me for years, how can I learn Tai Chi? You teach Tai Chi. I want to do Tai Chi. And I'm like, well, I don't have a class this week. Or, let me try to send you an email of something on the internet. I put some classes out there, but they're hard to find. So now I have one place where all of my Tai Chi exists. Several hours of Tai Chi, and we're going to be doing some experiences. We're going to be doing some live classes. We're going to be doing some challenges. It's going to be so dope. So courses like Tai Chi live there, but so does my course on pain management. This is a real part of our experience that we don't have the time to talk about on live as much as we used to and as much as I'd like to. So there's a space to share all that information. There's some other spaces and activities that are going to happen in the classroom that I can't wait for you to jump in and check out. So then that's the second C, is the classroom. We've got the community, we've got the classroom, and then we've got the calendar. I'm so excited because now that we have the capability to show up right here in our own hands, through our phones and our laptops and our tablets, we can actually hang out. And so I'm looking forward to getting on the calendar and having events where we get to explore different ideas. We get to have interviews and talk to folks and have live Q&As with experts on everything. I mean, and when, if you're my friend, or if you're listening to me, or if you're watching this, then I thrive on what holistic health looks like. So this is not just, hey, come swing this kettlebell, or this is what you need to do to get in the gym, or here's a diet that you need to be on. No, I want to have some real life, important, candid, and deep conversations. Everything from sexual health to financial health, to emotional health, to environmental health, to all the areas and places that are impacting our lives that might be either keeping us from finding our peace and happiness and joy and profits, or finding connections with the experts and the people who are going to help us level up the way we want to. So I'm excited about what that looks like. Like that is what, when I talk about the calendar, this gives us a chance to really stay connected. And connection and community is the central part of really lifting ourselves up and taking the best care of ourselves so that we can show up the best versions of ourselves. So when I talk about the Warriors plan, there's so much here that I'm excited to share. And it is like a culmination of my 20 plus years of learning and growing and exploring and failing, and all of that wrapped up together in the experience for people to be the best that they can be. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I am super excited. I want you to tap in with us. You can gain access to the Warriors plan for free. This is a free space where I don't want people to feel like they have to hire me to have access to grow with us and to be a part of our community. So you can find the Warriors plan. You can enter for free. You can have access to those places, the community, the calendar, the courses. Some of the courses on there are free. There are courses that you have to pay for, but if they're not for you, they're not for you. And that's okay, because we're going to be continually growing to have experiences, knowledge, and access to really show up better for ourselves and with ourselves. So with that, I am so excited. I want to share, if you want to join the Warriors plan, then go to my website, WPW2020.com, and you'll see a link there to share. Now, to kick off the Warriors plan, we're going to have our first challenge set up. Now, when I talk about challenges, I posted earlier about how I shouldn't have to offer you cash to do self-care and take care of yourself, but I will, because I care about you. So we're gonna kick off this year, January 1st, with our self-care challenge. It's a 7-day self-care challenge, and I'm excited. I'm gonna share more details about that tomorrow. But if you're catching on and you wanna get in the mix and you're already seeing this right now and you wanna get a heads up on that, I need you to comment 7-day self-care, and I'll make sure and get you that info now so you can get on it. So we're gonna do our 7-day self-care challenge, and there's gonna be a cash prize. I don't know how many people have offered to give you money for taking better care of yourself, but I do. I want to. So I'm excited about this challenge. This kind of idea came to me, like yesterday, and I feel like this is gonna be really fun. So it's gonna be a great experience to really dive into self-care as a community, because I'm not too big on the whole New Year's resolution thing. That's another conversation, but we're gonna do our 7-day self-care challenge starting January. So get locked in. Again, go to WPW2020.com so that you can join the Warriors Plan community. It's free. Invite your friends, and let's grow together. I'm excited. I'll leave you guys with probably my favorite quote, and it is better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. And what that means to me is we have to continue to prepare ourselves for the tough times, but that doesn't mean we can't enjoy the garden, the flowers, the peace and tranquility of life, but we have to keep that balance. So let's get prepared. Let's get prepared together and enjoy the roses while we're at it. All right, guys, I'm headed back before it gets too late, and we'll catch up with you guys again next time.